Hey guys, welcome back. It is a beautiful day and I'm really excited to be here because Easter is just around the corner and this is one of my favorite holidays that I love, especially since now I have a little girl of my own. I love decorating. I love the colors. I love it because there's just so many things that you can do with treats and foods and family get-togethers, Easter egg hunts. I mean, you name it. I loved it as a little girl, but now that I have one of my own, I'm much more meaningful meaning to it now. So, what we're going to do today is I have these Wilton cake pop makers. I've never used either one of these. So, this is actually, I think, for Valentine's Day, but I thought, hey, it's going to be for little girls too, so let's make some hearts. Why not? And this one has got cute little Easter bunnies and chicks and Easter eggs. We're going to try these out and make some cake pops because, I mean, what goes better for a little kid than cupcakes? Cake pops. So, what we're going to need for today is a box of cake mix. I mean, you could do it from scratch if you want to, go for it. But just since I have so much baking and things that I do for Easter, this is going to be my go-to. And I chose to use chocolate, but by all means, use whatever flavor that you decide or brand to use. It does not matter. You can use a vanilla and dye the colors or add sprinkles yourself. That works great as well. But I wanted to go chocolate because I'm going to make cupcakes later this week. So, a box of your choice of cake mix, and you can go ahead and make it by the own directions on the cake box. That's what I did. Don't do anything fancy unless there's something you want to do to it. And you'll also need a tub of whatever icing flavor that you want. I bought pre-made icing. I got cream cheese because I think it goes well with chocolate to balance it out. Normally I like to make my icing, but like I said, busy moms, a lot of prep, a lot of things you do on Easter. If you are a very big holiday person that loves to bake and do, these are good go-tos for simple, fast treats. So a tub of icing. I'm going to do some with sprinkles, so sprinkles of your choice. You can do it or not, that's up to you, but they go great for little kids. Your cake pop makers, you don't have to have these, but I thought, hey, let's try them. And you'll need your cake pop sticks. I have these, which are actually for cake pops and are festive and really bright pastel colors. That works well with, I mean, like I said, it's for Valentine's Day that me and my little girl got, but we actually didn't get a chance to do those. So, we're actually going to use them for Easter, and they look super cute still, especially these. And these, I believe, are the lollipop makers, but I have done cake pops with them before. And we're going to keep trying it. And my little girl loved it with those rainbow colors. So, you'll need those. You'll also need a bag of your choice of the candy melts or chocolate chips. I'm doing white chocolate. You can do regular chocolate, butterscotch, peanut butter, whatever you want. Go wild with it. Mix it up. I'm using this. You can also add food coloring to these guys if you choose. And then you'll need a cake that you've pre-made like we discussed in here. I've pre-made mine so I can bypass that part for you guys. So, let's move some of this out of the way and get started. And like I said, I've never done these cake pop makers before. So, we'll just see how this goes and go for it, okay? So, get that ready because you will need some of that. Now, you're going to get a little messy, so bear with me. Cake may go flying. So, I'm going to go ahead and start. For cake pops, you want to tear your cake up into this. You just basically get in there. I mean, it's going to get a little messy, but go with it. And this is a fun activity to do with your kid for Easter too. I mean, they can come in here and help you mush up the cake. The cake also, guys, I forgot to mention, but it needs to be cool completely. Don't you leave your cake any warm at all, because if you do, when you put your icing into that or sprinkles, it's going to start melting and it's going to break down and it's going to be hard to hold. Even though you're going to put them in the fridge to set basically and thaw, or not thaw. Sorry guys, look over me. I've been outside for a while today. It's beautiful out. Tired, but it's not going to thaw, but it's going to break down. It's going to get really mushy and too soft. I mean, they would freeze, but once they start coming out of the fridge, they may not hold up. But if you see, look at this, the cake just comes right out. And if you be really careful not overbake, you can use corners and everything, so you don't have to waste any of it. This chocolate smells so good. I know these are for the kiddos, but I think I'm excited to try it myself. Okay, now, look at all this. So velvety and soft. Now, open up your cake icing. try to plop in. It's probably going to be close to a half of tub to start off with, guys. Just kind of work with it. I wouldn't go, I'd use a 13 by 9 cake pan. I would be really cautious if you've done anything smaller, you know, kind of just put it close to a half and then start working it in. I mean, eyeball it. That's the best way to do it. And I mean, like I said, it's going to get messy. You can do this by spoon by all means, but you might need to just kind of get in there and do it. That's the best way I do it. Clean hands and go for it. And this is something your kids can do. My little girl likes doing it to a point. Then she kind of stops and is like, okay, that's enough. Too messy for me. But yeah, she likes doing this. It's really fun to get them in the kitchen. And I don't know if I'll do my special Easter Rice Krispie treats online. But if not, I'll send you guys, I'll try if I don't forget, Lord willing, to send you a picture for a fun activity to do with the Easter eggs. And this is coming together really good. Really, really good. And my little girl's here beside me. She's getting really curious. She's like, I see cake. Okay, guys, you should start getting a mixture that's starting to look like this. I mean, it looks like a hot mess, but as you can see, it's blending. You can see the icing through it. And I mean, it needs to be able to form into a ball. I mean, it's got to. There we go. Okay, now guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few second breaks and clean my hand off just a little bit. And we're going to prep to get the cake pops ready, open our sticks, and get started. Be with you in just a moment. Guys, welcome back. Clean hands, ready to go. Okay, now, let's try this. It looks like I'm going to need to pre-fill these little holders first. And as you can see, it's not as messy now because it's come together really good. And I left it set for just a minute or two while I washed my hands. I'm trying to make sure I got enough and not overfill and have it just kind of splurge all over the counter here. Now, oops. One trick I learned, I actually got this off watching TV, is you can do it with white chocolate or melting chocolate or icing, is dip your cake pop holder into a little icing. Then, whether you use one of these presses like I'm using, or if you're going to be using something else, let's put this one to the side just for a second. Take and put a little icing down. That way it holds into your cake pop when it sets, and that helps keep the stick. Let's push it over there just a little bit. There, and that one's across from that one, so we'll go ahead and try to fill this side so that when we close it, the heart for the cake pop is filled evenly. Hopefully. Like I said, I've not used these before. I seen them at Walmart one day, and I started hinting to my husband. I was like, these are too cute. I think I need these in my collection. And of course, he just laughed, but I ended up getting them. He knows when I see something I like. He has learned well. He's just like, I know what to get my wife. I love getting baking goods. I love getting decorating stuff, house products. You know, I think I'm going to just go ahead and fill some of these first, then add the sticks. Maybe that would be a little easier and faster. It's starting to stick to your hands a little bit, but that's okay. We'll work with it. I'm hoping. I know with Rice Krispie treats and like other candies you're making, you can actually add water to your hands or a little cooking spray, but I don't think that would be well to do with cake pops. I think that would probably just break them down. So we'll just keep working with it, sticky hands and all. As long as it tastes good, it will work. I think my little girl's getting anxious. She sees me making these, and I think she's starting to get a rumbly in her tummy for some. I told her that I would agree. When we tried these, I think I would sneak and give her a pre-Easter snack. What do you think, guys? I think she's been a pretty good girl to do that. She's not been too bad today, and she's been outside playing. It's hot out there. We're getting beautiful weather today. I think she deserves a little snack. I think it's always good taste your food before it's time. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish this one up here. And then once I get this one set, I'm just going to transition over to try a couple on the Easter ones. I just wanted to kind of show you guys how I'm doing on these. And then let me see. Let me transition over for a few Easter things. I don't want to knock the sticks out. I'm actually going to stick these in the freezer as well when I'm done. Oh, I hope these turn out. These little Easter ones are absolutely too cute, I have to admit. They really are cute. Well, sticking to your fingers, so you can always, when you get these set, can break off some of the little excess when you pull them out. They'll be dipped in chocolate, so the little excess will be hidden. But since they're coming out little characters instead of just rough balls, you know, like you normally do cake balls, you want them to be pretty. You want the details to really show. That's kind of why we buy these. And Wilton is really starting to up their game, bringing out some of these really cute little crafts for foods and decorations. I've been hitting the aisle every holiday, well, around the year, but especially during like Christmas and Easter. Oh my goodness, I love going to the Wilton aisle at Walmart. And I mean, there's other, I think I used to buy a website offline, I'm trying to think what it's called, The Baker's Kitchen. They have really good things on there too, and I mean, they're really, I mean, not too expensive. They are a little bit more expensive than some of the Wilton stuff, I will tell you the truth. But what little I have got from their stuff, it's really, I mean, it's really good quality. I mean, it holds up durability-wise. It's really nice. So, I mean, either one of them are really good. I like to get, like, their edible sprinkles. They have edible glitter on there. And, I mean, if you make cakes for anybody, if you just do them for yourself and your family, if you, I mean, just for fun, these are really the go-tos here. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do is that's basically what it is. I'm going to repeat this process. And with these, basically, you just fill all these up. And if you're not wondering why I'm going back and forwards, I'm trying to fill the one I need with the stick and then, you know, kind of go through and make sure I'm matching them. Trying to get the consistency of all so it don't overflow and make too much of one in the mold and make sure these sticks. I'm going to go ahead and repeat all these. And then what I'm going to do is you don't have to put these in the freezer. I mean, you put them in the fridge or, you know, try. But if you put any cake pop into a fridge or freezer, preferably the freezer because they flash freeze pretty quickly for you and set really well. Do that and wait, give them a little while, and then plop them out. It makes, when you melt your chocolate, they don't come apart. They don't just get too soft. So it's a lot easier to work with. It sets really fast and makes your process much easier. I know a little downtime, but it's better that than to fall over. I mean, I learned that early on too. I would get so excited to decorate and do things that they would just, even though they will set, the hot would break them down too fast. So always remember to cool them, let them set, and then we can decorate. So I'm going to let you guys go for a few minutes. I'm going to, like I said, repeat this whole process, finish these up. I'll be back with you guys really soon after these set, and we'll start decorating. See you in a bit. Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, I've started a little bit just kind of playing around. And that one come out, I had to remold it a little bit. These are not coming out as well. But I'm going to go ahead and try this with you guys again. I did have them in my deep freezer for probably a little over an hour. And they are not, I mean, you can see there was some extra cake batter that did squeeze out, but it's not a whole lot. It's only thing is, they are not wanting to come out of the molds. I mean, maybe, oh, wait a minute, I might have spoke too soon. Nope, see, that and did the same thing. I don't know, maybe they need to be in the freezer a little bit longer in these molds. The packaging didn't really suggest any certain amount, but I mean, you can look at the front of this. I mean, how cute. I mean, it does. I wish both sides would come out perfect. I might be able to mold it a little bit back together. It may not come out looking like the best heart, but at least it might come out looking so-so. I'm not sure if these little tools are going to end up being a flip. They might be a little flop. I mean, it could be just me, too, where this is the first time I've used it. I've not really had a chance to really sit down and play around with it as much. But, I mean, all in all, come on, I mean, they're cute. It was like, I think, $3 or $4, so you're not out a lot, and they are still super cute. But just the same, we want them to work. We want to use them and have fun with them. Okay, that's not the prettiest heart, but we kind of saved it. So, let's see if we can get it dipped. And I might need to leave it in the freezer a little bit longer, too. That could be kind of the issue as well. And, you know, with cake pops, they don't have to be super, 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 super thick coated. Just make it pretty as much as you can. Stick it to my spoon a little bit. It's starting to take shape a little bit, but I'm being honest, guys. I think these, I mean, that looks pretty, but it's not, I mean, it's just not wanting to hold up the shape as well. I mean, now let's try the Easter one and see if that does any better. As you can see, I tried to pull one of those a while ago too, and I mean, it did come out kind of looking like an Easter egg, but it looks more like just a chocolate cake pop. So I'm actually going to reform it into a cake pop ball. I mean, just the same, they are super cute, and it's something that I definitely want to go back and replay with. And I mean, you could use it for, I don't know if you all ever had a brownie bite, but I made brownie bites before. Those, you can use them with candy. I mean, if you wanted to make homemade peanut butter cups, I have a recipe for them. Maybe that's something we'll try with these. If it don't work with cake pops, maybe it'll work with something else. We can put cookies in there and reshape them. Different things. And I mean, just the same, you can also make plain suckers with these molds. I mean, I make suckers, homemade chocolate suckers and stuff for my little girl at times. It could be just, you know, sometimes you get a tool that's new and you try it for the first time, and it kind of sucks because you're not used to that tool. So, sometimes things don't work out for the first time. I mean, I've had different things, and it's taken a time or two for me to get used to everything. And once I get used to it, it turns out usually pretty decent. But now that's starting to take shape a little bit. I think my chocolate need to be melted a little bit more. I actually have one of those. I don't know if you've ever seen it years ago. It's called the Chocolate Factory. It's a chocolate candy kit that you get, and you actually temper it and put it on your stove, and it's really good for dipping and making all sorts of different candies. It's really cute. I mean, I love it. I need to actually probably get that out on my channel too. You guys might be interested in that. Now, see, as you can see in these molds, they look super cute except for the bunnies. Only thing I've got, and I did do the thing, you know, the tip they give when you're taking any cake pop and making the pops with, you should use white chocolate icing to make them stick. And it is sticking, but when you try to pull them out of the mold, it's double-sided. I mean, I'll be honest, there's no easy way to do it. So, and on the other side, still left in the template. This poor bunny has lost his ear. Maybe I can make him an ear. Maybe we just could do this. How can we say this, guys? It's got a little bit of a bunny ear. Poor bunny. He's had a rough day. But, I mean, this is still cute. I mean, like this. I mean, I'm just going to try this. Let's just play around with it. I also made a bunch of ones, because after you put these in the freezer, it takes so long for the bunnies and the little hearts to take shape and in your freezer and stuff. I mean, it takes a little while. So if you're going to make cake pop with them, you're going to make a bunch like I do for Easter, and that is not wanting to take shape, guys, when you put the chocolate. Now, guys, like I said, it could be the chocolate. I may not have the best. This is actually not the candy melts, so maybe it's an issue for the candy melts too. And maybe we should try the candy melts instead of the chocolate chips the next time, but this is one I think we'll be trying. It won't be out on the table for display. But, I mean, guys, overall, These probably could have used a little bit more time in the deep freezer, even though I did leave these in my deep freezer for probably well over an hour or close to 2, if not a little longer. Because as I was cleaning the kitchen and fixing dinner, I left them in my deep freezer and in my refrigerator freezer all that time. So, I mean, they've had plenty of time to set up. Sometimes I've only left stuff in there for about an hour and it's set up. It could be these templates, you know, maybe because this is pretty thick. Maybe they need longer. They didn't give a whole lot of tips on it, but it might be something that I'll Google and research and see. But just the same, you can use these molds for little milk chocolate suckers. I mean, you can use them for probably cookies, other stuff. It's just the only thing is when you try to take the stick out of them, they do not want to come out. I mean, the top will, but the bottom wants to stay. If you guys have any tips or suggestions how to remove these without that doing, you know, let me know. I always would love to get tips from you guys. I'm going to say that for the tools, it's a flop today, but let's put that pending because this might be something to revisit soon. Even if it's not a holiday, we can just get it out the plate, right? Maybe I've done something wrong because, like I said, this is the first time. And this is a channel where I want to try and error. I want to play with food. I want to play with the tools to see what works and what don't. Let's rate them. Let's review them. Let's just have fun. I mean, sometimes everything don't turn out perfect. So, right now, let's put this a flop pending that we retry. I'll have to research this. You know, if you guys have ever used these and you got tips for what to do, hit me up on YouTube or on my channel, In the Pan with Jan, here on YouTube, or on my Facebook page, In the Pan with Jan. Let me know. I'll post these, you know, up on Facebook too. This is something I do definitely want to review with you. And, I mean, if we could just get these to come out, I mean, look, guys. I mean, can you get a cake pop to come out looking that pretty with your hand? I mean, probably could, but look at that. Simple and easy and fast. I mean, I love the idea of this, just getting it to work. But we'll keep trying. I mean, I love doing it just the same, but something I want to go back and do. And I've also made just a bunch of, like, the regular ball cake pops. Because, like I said, if you only got one of each shape, it's going to take a while. I mean, it's good to do. It just takes a while. Because there are only 5 pops in each one. So, I made a bunch of regular ones, too. So, just in case. But I'm going to go ahead and try one before we go. And I think I need a little bit of help from my little girl. And I'm going to let her try one with me so we can give it a taste test, you know. And I'm going to let her try this one. Want to try that one, sweetie? You tell me. Go ahead and try it while I'm getting me one. You tell me what you think. Go ahead and try it. This one does not want to come off. Okay, go ahead. Tell me what you think of that. They're not set, guys. But just to give you a taste test before you go. What do you think about that?
Good.
Is it good? Well, did the cake at least taste good? Yeah. Supposed to be a bunny, but it's not a very pretty bunny. But we'll keep trying, won't we? Yeah, Lord willing, we'll try these again, guys. I was going to say they wouldn't set. But it does have a really good taste. That chocolate almost tastes like a devil's food chocolate. Little cake that you get. And it's creamy inside. And you can taste the cream cheese. It really goes well with the chocolate. It's rich. And it's really delicious. So, all in all, the taste is there. It's really good. Might not look as pretty right now, but it's okay. We'll work on it. Like I said, I'm not striving for perfection. It's not a professional channel. I mean, tongue-tied because I got so much chocolate in my mouth. And my husband is cracking up at me. So, anyway, I'm glad I can make some people out there laugh. That's what it's about. But I can even laugh at myself. I'm tired, guys. Look over me. It's been a long day. We've been doing yard work and everything else, so I'm tired. But it's really fun just to get in the kitchen and have fun. So I hope that you guys will tune in. I hope you like this video. Come back and watch me. Subscribe to In the Pan with Jan here on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up. Share this video if you like. Join me on Facebook. Follow me. If you have any tips for this, please write me. Tell me. You know, send me a message on Facebook. Whatever you feel more comfortable doing. And I look forward to seeing you next time. I don't know what my next video will be on, but I know I've got some more upcoming videos coming soon. Some really good ideas for May and June, considering it's Mother's Day and Father's Day months. We got 4th of July coming up, so I've got some other good recipes. This is, like I said, you know, in my introduction, this is just some tools that I didn't even know would work. I mean, it was my first time for these. Not everything works well the first, but we'll give it a try. But you guys come back and see me next time. I was glad to be here with you today. See you next time.